Hi, I'm Donna from Sweet Serenity Massage and Salt Therapy, and today we're going to talk a little bit about hot stone massage. It's one of the services that we offer here, one of many, and sometimes people call with some questions about what that really is. So we'll give you a couple minutes today with an explanation. So here you can see that we have stones on a griddle here. These stones are actually balsa stone. And we have them on a griddle that we heat them up with. Other places might use other methods of heating them up. Some use water in a crock pot, but we use the griddles here at Sweet Serenity. And you can see the balsa stone is a nice smooth stone. It is used because the smoothness, but also because it retains the heat very well. You can also see that we have different size stones. The therapist will use different size stones on different parts of the body. The larger surfaces like the legs or the back will use the larger stones. Smaller stones around the neck or some of the smaller crevices around the shoulder blades, for example. So a little bit of explanation of what the stones look like and how they're heated. Here you can also see we have salt stones. We're going to have a separate video on that, so you can check that out. But we do have the salt stones here that we use at Sweet Serenity as well. So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the stones along with the demonstration. Okay, and now we're going to demonstrate a little bit with the hot stones. I have already lubricated Fran's back here using massage oil. And here at Sweet Serenity, we use products that are pretty simple and basic. We try to limit the number of ingredients that they're in, but certainly, just as a side note, if you have any specific allergies, be sure and let the therapist know, or even when you make the appointment, if you think of it, so that we can prepare for that. So her back is nice and lubricated here, and for the back I'm going to choose one of the larger stones. It's nicely heated, and usually I warn the client. I'm going to introduce the heat now so that it's not too much of a shock, and then just use it. Gliding up the spine is nice, and back. And just, you can see that we're using it as like an extension to our hand. You may have seen some places or pictures where stones are just laying stationary on the back of a client. That's a little bit different than what we do here at Sweet Serenity. We actually use the stones as a tool during the massage itself. The heat coming from the stone, as it is introduced to the muscle tissue, will bring blood to the area, to that tissue, and actually softens the tissue, besides being very comforting and soothing. So just a couple other points. We have a full hot stone massage offered here at Sweet Serenity, but sometimes with a therapeutic massage, the therapist may choose to use a warm stone to loosen a particular area that's very tight. So in this case, and that stone's a little too warm, so I'm going to choose a different one. This one's a little bit better. We'll use that hot stone and this is an area that is often very tight for clients, in the shoulder area. So introducing that heat, as well as using the stone to dig into the tissue, it becomes a real tool for the therapist. So as that muscle tissue warms up, it softens because blood is coming to that area. So just a little bit of a demonstration on the hot stones, and as you can imagine, or if you haven't experienced it, having this nice warm heat all over your body can be very nice and soothing. Earlier I mentioned that we don't just lay the stones on the back like you may see at some places, or you've seen pictures of that. I do want to mention that there are times in the case of a therapeutic massage, for example, if someone tells me that their low back is really hurting them, sometimes I'll just take a couple warm rocks and I'll just put them on their lower back while I work the upper back, so that that heat has a chance to soften and loosen that muscle tissue by the time that I get to that point of their body. So just a little clarification with that. That's a summary of our hot stone massage. Thank you for listening, and if you have any comments, feel free to chime in online or give us a call with any questions. Thanks a lot.